What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Alphonso Speaks. Happy New Year to all of you. We are officially in 2024. Sorry for the few days we went in between making videos. I was really just taking a break from Darrell Brooks and his impetulance. You know, sometimes you just need to take a little bit of rest from the Darrell Brooks content. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So we're back with day 3 of the trial, and we just finished the cross-examination of Detective Casey, which did not go the way that Darrell Brooks wanted it to go. That's for sure. Let me put this light. There we go. Yes, bright. A little bit farther up. Okay, now we're good. All right, everybody. Yes. All right, Alphonso Speaks again. It's great to, make another video again. It felt kind of weird taking a few days off, but sometimes you need it, especially with stuff like this. It gets so heavy at times. You just gotta take a little bit of time off. Before we get started with this video, just a couple of housekeeping notes. You guys already know our sponsor, Kenichi Bear Headphones. You can use promo code all caps Alphonso and save yourself 15% on a brand new pair of Hibernation 5C headphones. If you got, some interest of your own in which you need headphones, or maybe you got a child that needs headphones, or maybe a loved one of any kind that needs some headphones. Look no further. Kenichi Bear Hibernation 5C, promo code Alphonso, all caps. Yes, ALPHONSO. I do identify by that name, and I do know that individual. And you all do hold the subject matter jurisdiction to grab yourself a pair of Hibernation 5C headphones. Also, I get a lot of comments all the time from you guys saying that I should get into radio because you guys like my voice. Well, do I have a surprise for you? I actually am into radio. I'm into podcasting. If any of you are professional wrestling fans, Manifest Wrestling, this is my baby right here. Manifest Wrestling, look that up. I have a YouTube channel for it, and I'm also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. You can find the Manifest Wrestling podcast. Check it out, okay? Any of you that are pro wrestling fans and want to hear a podcast directly related to professional wrestling, look no further. Manifest Wrestling, okay? I'm sure you guys take a look at that. So let's get into the Darrell Brooks content, all right? That's what you guys came here for. That's what I'm making this video for. Let's do it. Special thanks again to Court TV for always supplying the trial videos when I can't find them anywhere else. Court TV always comes through. So if you guys just want to watch, the Darrell Brooks content without commentary, without, any kind of, extra talking on it, look no further than the Court TV YouTube channel. It's a great YouTube channel, has a whole bunch of trials on there. So let's get started.
Statement call, its next witness.
Thank you. The state would call Officer Bryce Butran.
By the way, make sure you got what you need to drink. I got cider today, okay? White grape cider. Celebrate New Year's, all right? We're going to do this thing right, so make sure you guys are hydrated today. Shout out AG Tactical. Almost forgot, guys. 1.25.
Officer, please make your way to the witness stand, which is to my right up a riser. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. My clerk, Teresa, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat. First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
First is Bryce, B-R-Y-C-E. Last is Butran, B-U-T-R-Y-N.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. Sir, how are you currently employed?
As a police officer with the City of Waukesha Police Department.
How long have you been a police officer?
Approximately 5 years.
Were you on duty on the date of November 21, 2021, sir?
Yes, I was.
And what was your duty?
I was assigned to a traffic control post for the annual holiday parade.
And what time did you start that afternoon?
I believe it was approximately 3 p.m.
Okay. And you were given a specific assignment of an area to patrol along the parade route?
Yes, I was.
Where was that location?
I was initially assigned to East Avenue at Arcadian Avenue, and I had repositioned to East Avenue and East Main Street.
Okay, I'm gonna actually ask if we could please put up Exhibit 1.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna give you a pointer, sir, if I may.
Yeah, if I could have Deputy Whittick come get that from you, please.
Thank you. It's on the big screen behind you. I'm gonna have to ask you to use the pointer and just point out these locations, please. So,
Is that expandable? Does he need
Yes.
to open that up? All right, thank you.
okay, so you told us first you were monitoring traffic at East Street and Arcadian Avenue, is that correct?
Yeah, so I was at East and Arcadian, which would be right here.
Okay. What was your purpose in working that location originally?
Originally, it was to prevent any northbound traffic from entering the parade route onto Main Street, so to divert any traffic from East Avenue to travel eastbound on Arcadian.
Okay. And then you said you moved up?
Correct.
Where did you go at that point?
I had repositioned my squad, which was a marked police SUV, to the intersection of Northeast Avenue and East Main Street.
When did you make that move?
From what was the parade lineup that we had, when there was approximately 10 spots left that we had thought, which was inaccurate at that time.
Okay. So as the parade was starting or
As the parade was nearing the end.
nearing the end? Okay. Okay, you can have a seat again, please, sir. When you got up to near the parade route, did you just stay in that area, sir, or
Yes, I did.
were there any other officers present in that area?
Yes, there was.
And were you just watching the parade and monitoring the people?
Correct.
At some point, did something unusual occur?
Yes.
What was that?
There was initial radio traffic of squads being dispatched to what was initially coded as a man with a knife call. There was information that there was a fight occurring in Frame Park. And then after that, there was radio traffic that there was a vehicle that was entering the parade route.
Okay. And you were near the beginning of the parade route, as you just showed us, right?
Yes.
Okay. When you heard that information about a car entering the parade route, what did you do?
Based on the information that was available at that time and previous situations that had occurred, I unholstered my firearm and stood and began walking out into the road on East Main Street,
What were you doing?
trying to get the attention of the driver to divert them off the parade route.
Okay. And how far into the road did you go?
I was initially positioned right at the intersection on the south side of Main Street. I had made my way to the north side of Main Street, and I would estimate maybe 50 feet or so from the intersection of Northeast Avenue.
Okay. Were you able to visually see the red SUV at that point?
Yes, I was.
What was it doing when you first saw it?
The vehicle was traveling on the north side of Main Street. It was honking its horn, and I estimated the speed to be traveling at approximately 25 miles per hour.
What did you do?
I had raised my left hand and was telling the vehicle to stop, and the vehicle was ignoring what I was doing.
When you say raise your left hand, can you demonstrate that for us, please?
So I placed my left hand out in front of me, indicating to the vehicle to stop.
Okay. Were you dressed in a full police uniform, sir?
Yes, I was.
Just for the record, when he raised his left hand, I would say about chest high, was with a palm facing out as if in the stop position.
Thank you. Officer Butran, as you stood in that position with your hand straight out trying to stop the car, would you say the car was off to one of your sides or directly in front of you? Could you tell us the position of the SUV?
The vehicle was directly in front of me. I would estimate my position to be where the front license plate would be on the vehicle, so right in the middle.
And what distance was the SUV away from you when you did this?
I would estimate the vehicle was approximately 200 feet or so. It came extremely close to me as it was making its way towards me.
Bro, the balls on this man to be standing in front. I ain't standing in front of no vehicle, man. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not gonna stand in front of a vehicle to tell it to stop. Like, especially when I have no idea what this dude is on. Obviously, he was on demon time, you know. But like, you never know what somebody's on standing in front of their car like that. It's always like just it's mind-boggling to me about, you know, like highway protesters. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you actually doing? Like, you're gonna get yourself run over by somebody. Like, you never know if a Darrell Brooks is on the road that day and you're just standing in front of cars on the highway blocking traffic. Somebody could be having a medical emergency, you're blocking traffic. Like, man, could not be me.
Did you maintain that same position that you just described for us?
Yes, I did, until the vehicle was getting to the point where I believed that it was going to strike me, so I moved out of the way.
Were you saying anything?
I was saying stop to indicate to the driver that stop the vehicle.
Were you saying that in normal conversational tone, or did you raise your voice at all?
I was yelling to get the attention of the driver as it was loud outside and it was cold, so I believe the windows were going to be up on the vehicle.
Okay. And your testimony is that you stayed in the position with your left hand extended in a stop motion for about as long as you could until you felt you had to move away to avoid being struck by the SUV?
That is correct.
If the SUV was coming directly towards you, did you step to the right or the left of the SUV?
I would have stepped to the right of the SUV, which would be the driver's side of the vehicle.
Okay. Were you able to see the driver of the vehicle as it went past you?
I was able to get a general description of the driver.
What do you remember?
I remember the driver to be a...
You're thirsty? Okay, go find a bottle of water. I'll open it for you. Dad stuff, right?
male black, wearing a gray or white shirt, and appeared to be wearing a hat or have their hood up.
Okay. Would you say you got a good look at the driver's face?
I would say yes, I got a relatively good look at the driver's face.
Okay. Did you observe any facial hair on the driver?
At that time, I did not.
And did the car go right past you, sir?
Yes, it did.
Can you close the door, please? Thanks, buddy.
As it went right past you, did anything obstruct your vision to see into the car?
No, it did not.
Were you able to see into the car, the SUV?
Yes, I was.
Did you see any other persons in the SUV?
I did not. There was only one sole occupant, which would be the driver of the vehicle.
As you were yelling at the SUV to stop and holding out the stop sign, did the vehicle stop?
The vehicle did not stop.
Did you see what the driver was doing as he went past you?
The driver appeared to be emotionless and was looking straight ahead, clearly ignoring anything that was to the sides of the vehicle.
Okay. Did you hear the vehicle honking?
Oh, wait a second. Something's going to be very interesting. I want you guys to listen again to how he describes Darrell Brooks, because I haven't seen Darrell Brooks' cross-examination of this witness yet, but I think he's going to try to use this against the guy.
Ignoring the vehicle did not stop.
Did you see what the driver was doing as he went past you?
The driver appeared to be emotionless and was looking straight ahead, clearly ignoring anything that was to the sides.
The driver appeared to be emotionless. I bet you he's writing that down. He's going to try to use that, like, oh, but you guys were saying I was in a rage. No, maybe I just blacked out because I looked emotionless. I couldn't have been in a rage. Like, he's going to try to use that. I bet. Well, we're going to see during this cross.
Of the vehicle.
Okay. Did you hear the vehicle honking its horn?
Yes, I did.
More than once?
Yes, multiple times.
As the vehicle went past you, what did you do?
I had lowered my firearm again to my side and I attempted to grab the driver's side door with my left hand.
Why'd you do that?
In order to hopefully open the door and gain the attention of the driver to get them to stop.
Are you able to estimate the speed of the vehicle as it went past you?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. He may answer.
Based on my training experience, I estimated the vehicle to be traveling at approximately 25 miles an hour at that time.
Were you able to get the door handle open?
I was not.
Did you get a hand on it?
I did not. The vehicle was traveling too fast to be able to do that.
Okay, you reached for it but missed, basically.
That's correct.
Okay. This is the area where you tried to stop the SUV. This is before Barstow, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Did you continue to watch the vehicles that went past you?
Objection. Relevant.
Overruled.
I had watched the vehicle and I began to chase after it westbound on Main Street.
On foot?
Yes, on foot.
Were you walking or running? What were you doing?
I was running after it.
Were you saying anything at that time?
Objection. Relevant.
Overruled.
At that point, after the vehicle passed me, I was not saying anything, I just began chasing it.
Okay. And you were running after it.
Yes.
Were you able to catch it?
I was not. The vehicle was traveling too fast.
Can you approximate the speed of the vehicle at this location?
After the vehicle had passed me, I appeared to have begun increasing its speed. The vehicle was traveling approximately 30 to 35 miles an hour.
Did you see the red SUV strike anyone?
Not between the intersections of Northeast Avenue and Northwest Barstow Street.
How about once it crossed Barstow?
Yes.
What did you see? You can take your time. I'm sorry. I know this is a lot of questions, so.
I observed the vehicle swerving side to side, people flying from the vehicle, items flying in the air, things like that.
PTSD. Again, victims being forced to relive, what happened. A lot of them tried not to think about it for a year, and now they're, doing testimony, so they have to, start thinking about it again. And, men show emotion too. And especially when it's something as traumatic as this. Me being a veteran, I know a lot of other veterans who will have this same kind of reaction when they're asked questions about, how war was and stuff, seeing not only their friends die, but seeing enemies die too is, very traumatic because you're watching another human being, lose their life. The life leave a body. It's not something you really forget or have maybe a normal reaction to unless you've just seen it so much that you become numb to it,
Do you know, Officer Butran, as you have to reflect on this in your testimony, who was being struck? Do you remember a uniform or a description of any type?
There was so many things flying at that point, I don't know what was being struck.
Okay. Now, you were trying to keep up with the vehicle, right, on foot?
Yes, I was.
To be clear, there's no squad cars chasing the defendant's vehicle, correct?
Not at that time, no.
Okay, just officers on foot trying to catch up.
That's correct.
And at any point, did you see the vehicle just pull over to the side of the road and stop?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
From the time that I could visually observe the vehicle, I did not see a stop or pull to the side of the road.
After you saw the SUV strike other human beings, did you see the driver stop, pull over, and check on those persons?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Overruled.
No, I did not. The vehicle continued.
Was the driver of the SUV still honking the horn?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
From the distance that the vehicle had traveled away from me, I could not at that time hear what the vehicle was doing.
Okay. I'm gonna show a couple videos to you, okay, sir? First, I'm gonna ask for exhibit number 16 to be put on preview mode. Go ahead. All right. Do you see exhibit 16 on your screen, Officer Butran?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
It's on now.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Ms. Gussie to just play a few seconds so that you can make sure you're looking at the same clip that we've seen before. Okay, you can stop. For the record, about 3 seconds of the clip was played. Do you recognize this video clip, sir?
Yes, I do.
In the preview that you just observed, did you see yourself in the clip?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask, excuse me, do you believe this clip is a true and accurate representation of your actions on November 21 of 2021?
Yes, I do.
Move to admit and permission to publish, Your Honor.
Objection. We haven't seen the entire video yet. How do we know what's in the video?
The proper foundation has been laid. The objections noted. Exhibit 16 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
All right, for the record, it's a total clip of 18 seconds. I'm going to play it through once for the jury, and then we can break it down and ask you to describe further if we need to. Officer Butran, is that the video, is that video consistent with the testimony you just provided about your efforts to approach the SUV and stop it?
Yes, it is.
We were not able to see on the video the part where you stood in the middle of the road with your left hand extended, correct?
That is correct.
But we did see you run from the right side of the video to the left side of the video and appear to be making your way down the north side of the street, is that correct?
That is correct.
And is that the location where you would have been when you tried to stop the vehicle?
Yes.
And then we saw you sprinting after the vehicle, correct, on foot?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to show you another exhibit 17, please. And again, we'll preview it, ask you to take a few seconds to look at it and see if you recognize it, okay? Okay, you can stop. Again, she just previewed the first 3 seconds. Officer Butran, have you seen this video before, sir?
Yes, I have.
Do you see yourself in this video?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe this video is a true and accurate representation of your actions on November 21 of 2021?
Yes, I do.
Do you happen to know how this video was recorded?
Objection.
Or
It's
from what
relevant.
camera? You're right, it's a vague question. From what camera this video was recorded?
Objection. Relevant.
Overruled.
This was recorded from the City Waukesha Police Department squad camera
For your squad car?
for the squad car that was operating that night, yes.
Okay. Move to admit number 17 and permission to publish.
Objection. Actually, it was 4 seconds that was played, and we still aren't clear of the relevancy of this video.
Your objections are noted. The foundation has been laid. It's relevant. Overruled. Exhibit 17 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
All right, we're gonna put it up. Before we play it, I'm just gonna have you set the scene here. Can you, that's a touch screen in front of you, sir. Can you circle yourself in the video? All right, and next to you, it looks like there's a person in a yellow vest that reads police. Is that correct?
Objection. We're referring to the officer giving testimony, not the officer that's present with him.
Overruled.
Yes, that is correct.
Who is that officer?
That'll be Officer Schneider.
Okay. And what's the crossroad here again, if you could just remind us?
Objection. Relevant.
We'll start on the south side of the street.
The objection's noted. It's overruled. He may answer.
On the south side of the street where the squad is parked, that is going to be Northeast Avenue.
Okay. And on the north side of the street?
I believe that'll be Buckley Street.
Okay. So can you erase, you can clear the screen, please? Oh, clerk did it, thank you. Just kind of draw a line or point out where Buckley Street is. It's a little hard to see exactly at this moment, correct?
Correct.
You could just show okay. And as this video plays, you can see Buckley Street a little clearer as the people move, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. All right, please clear, thank you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play this in its duration. It's 37 seconds in length.
Hey, another thing I hate about this trial is that, like, unfortunately, the state didn't do anything wrong, but, like, they had to have these witnesses watch these videos again. Like, how traumatic must that be to be forced to kind of, like, basically relive this over and over and over again. You know, again, this is probably something that a lot of these people have tried to, like, erase from their memory, basically, because they don't want to think about it anymore. And now they really don't have a choice because they have to watch these videos because they have to do their public duty of testifying.
There you go.
Correct.
All right, Officer Butran, again, it's not a 100% clear shot, but you can see you making your way around the front of that white pickup truck, correct?
Correct.
That was one of the entries in the parade?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And then you kind of go out of view behind that white pickup truck, correct?
That is correct.
Is that the area where you encountered Mr. Brooks in the SUV?
Objection. I do not identify by that name, nor do I consent to it.
Your objection's noted. It's overruled.
That is where I had initially placed my hand out in front of me and advising the vehicle to stop.
Okay. How far down that parade route did you run, sir?
I made it all the way down to there's a tattoo parlor, I believe the address is in the 400 block of West Main Street, so almost all the way down Main Street until it makes the curve and ends.
Okay. And you were not able to catch up to the SUV, correct?
No.
But again, as you previously testified, the SUV had not stopped anywhere along that route, correct?
Objection. I already asked this question, and it was answered already.
It's foundational, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Correct. I never observed the vehicle stop at any point that I was making my way down the route.
As you were running down the route, did you encounter people who had been struck and injured?
Objection. I already asked question.
Overruled.
Yes, I did.
What do you remember about that, sir?
There were multiple casualties on both sides of the road, varying degrees of injuries to people. The only way to describe it is just pure chaos. There was people pulling at me in multiple directions trying to help people.
Did you attempt to render first aid to some people?
Initially from the area of Barstow to the area of about Clinton Street. There's still an active threat of the vehicle, so I continued to chase after that vehicle to stop the threat. And then when I made my way to Clinton Street and westbound from there, began to render aid.
Okay. Some point much later in the night, are you aware that the vehicle that was suspected to have been involved in this incident was found on Maple Street, sir?
Yes.
Did you go to that area?
Yes, I did.
Did you take a look around the area where the vehicle was located?
Yes, I did.
Were you able to determine, well, strike that. Do you remember where the vehicle was parked?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled.
I do not recall the address in which it was parked, but I do know the position of where the vehicle was parked, yes.
Could you just briefly describe how the vehicle was parked?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled.
The vehicle was backed into a driveway at a residence on Maple Street.
Okay. And do you remember looking around the area where the vehicle had traveled near the residence on Maple Street?
Yes.
Do you remember finding a hat at that location?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled.
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna ask for Exhibit 92 to be previewed for the witness, please. Is 92 up, sir?
Yes, it is.
Do you remember seeing that item?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe this picture is a true and accurate representation of the hat that you observed in the backyard?
Yes, I do.
Move to admit 92 on permission to publish, Your Honor.
Objection, hearsay. How can we know for sure that that hat wasn't by somebody that lives in the building?
Mr. Brooks, you can't testify. You're attempting to do that. I'll instruct you not to. Your objection is overruled, and Exhibit 19 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
I'm sorry, it's 92, Your Honor.
Oh, 92. Thank you. Exhibit 92.
Do you remember seeing that hat in the backyard area, sir?
Yes, I do.
Irrelevant.
In fact, you remember asking the people at the residence if any of them own that hat?
There was one male that came out that had taken a picture and asked the rest of the residents at that location if it was any of theirs.
And did it belong to anyone at the residence?
They indicated that it did not.
Officer Butran, the videos that we saw, Exhibit 16 and 17, I asked you about that side road on the north side of the street, north side of Main Street, Buckley Street, correct?
That is correct.
Were there any barricades at that location, sir?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes, there were, if I remember correctly, there were 3 barricades.
And did they fully block the roadway at that location?
Yes.
If Mr. Brooks had wanted to leave the parade route, would he have been able to get out at that location?
Objection, I do not consent to that name, or nor do I know any individual by that name.
Your objection is noted. You may answer the question.
Yes, it would have been a reasonable exit point.
Would there have been anything other than those plastic barricades that would have blocked his exit from the parade at that spot?
Objection, hearsay.
It's not hearsay. It's overruled. You may answer.
No, the only thing that would have been struck was the plastic barricade.
Okay. Thank you. Those are all my questions, sir.
You may ask this witness questions, Mr. Brooks.
Yes. Officer, is it Butran?
Correct.
Good morning, officer. You stated that you had got, or you heard a radio call about a knife fight in Frame Park.
That is correct.
Did you ever at any time follow up or go to Frame Park to investigate the said knife fight?
No, I did not.
Did you learn any initial information about the said fight?
No, I did not.
Do you know who reported the knife fight?
No, I do not.
So you also stated that you heard the vehicle that was approaching honking his horn multiple times. Is that correct?
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge, what would be a reason that someone operating a motor vehicle will honk their horn?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled. You may answer.
There are multiple reasons why a vehicle would do that.
Can you give any specific reason?
To alert people or vehicles in the area that there's a vehicle coming.
And you also stated that you didn't see anyone struck while the vehicle was approaching you?
Between the area that I observed the vehicle and Northwest Barstow Street, I did not see anybody struck, no.
Would it be fair to say that you also didn't see the vehicle target anyone?
Objection, speculation.
Calls for speculation on.
Yeah, he can't really answer that question because that's subjective. Like, how would he know? How would he know whether or not you're targeting somebody or not? Because you could target somebody and miss, and you could target somebody and hit them. You know, like, he can't really answer that question. My son is going off in the background, as usual. I think you guys are used to it by now. Zane is very much a part of this channel.
Part of the witness. So it's sustained. You can rephrase your question.
Did
The
you
way it was
see,
asked calls for speculation.
while the vehicle was approaching you, you stated that you saw it maybe 200 feet away, I think is what you said. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Did you see the vehicle actively targeting anyone to strike them?
Same objection.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
What would you estimate the population was right at what was shown on the video? Was it hundreds of people, dozens of people, right in the general area that you were?
I would estimate there's probably several hundred people in that area.
And you saw no one struck?
Objection vague.
Can you rephrase, please, just to be specific?
Out of the hundreds of people that were in your general area, you didn't witness anyone being struck by the vehicle?
Not initially.
You also stated that there were barricades in the general area that you were?
Yes.
Were they off to the side? Were they in front of you? Where were the barricades located?
They would have been located on Buckley Street and on Northeast Avenue.
Would it be fair to say that those were the side streets coming into the main street?
Yes.
So would it be fair to say that a vehicle that was on the parade route would have to go down one of those side streets that was barricaded off to exit the parade route?
Yes.
Yes, but this question doesn't help you because the prosecution already asked, if he wanted to leave the parade route, would he have been able to do so? And the officer literally just said yes. So that question does you no good.
And from your perspective, would a vehicle that was on the parade route know that they can exit from those areas that were barricaded?
Objection, speculation.
Yep.
Sustained.
Straight up speculation. Because a person may have known or they may not have known, but he doesn't know that because he's not that person.
Were you injured in any way by the vehicle?
No.
You know why he wasn't injured in any way by the vehicle, Darrell? Because unlike the other victims, his back wasn't turned to the vehicle, so he was able to move himself out of the way before it hit him. The other people got mowed down from behind. I bet you the plaintiff questions are coming now. Do you know the plaintiff in this matter?
And in the video was pretty short video. Would it be fair to say that the vehicle passed you relatively quickly?
Yes.
And you were able to get a look at the operator of the vehicle as quickly as it passed you?
Yes.
Did you notice any tinting to any of the windows on the vehicle?
No.
So you were able to see inside of the vehicle pretty clearly?
Yes.
Did you get a description of what the operator of the vehicle was wearing?
Yes.
You stated that the operator of the vehicle was wearing a hat. Would that be fair to say?
The operator of the vehicle appeared to be wearing a hat or have their hood up.
If you got a clear description of the operator of the vehicle, wouldn't you know if it was a hat or a hood?
Objection, argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained, rephrase your question.
Would the vehicle had been moving too fast for you to clearly see if the driver had anything on their head?
No.
Okay, again, contradictory questions, right? Contradictory questions. In half of his questions, he's trying to prove that it wasn't intentional. And then the other half of the questions, he's trying to prove that it wasn't him in the first place. Like, you have to pick an angle. Obviously, he didn't have an angle. You know, we say this every episode. He didn't have an angle because the evidence was too overwhelming against him. That there was nothing he was going to be able to do. But, dude, I don't know, man. Like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating not only him actually taking this to trial in the first place, but it's frustrating seeing how stupid he is while he does it. Like, you have no game plan. You don't know how any of this works. Your questions are dumb. And you must think the jury is stupid too. You must be questioning their intelligence as well. If you think that they don't notice that the questions you are asking are directly contradicting each other. Why would you ask a question about the driver's intent or the driver's ability to escape the parade route before hitting anybody if you weren't the one driving in the first place? Why wouldn't you just be trying to prove that you weren't the one driving? Why are you asking both sets of questions in two different categories? You're trying to prove it wasn't intentional, and you're trying to prove you weren't in the driver's seat. You're asking him on one hand, did the driver appear to be targeting anybody? Did the driver, would the driver have known that they could exit the parade route through the barricades? And then on the other hand, you're asking, are you sure you were able to see who the driver was? Like, wasn't the tent a little dark? What are you doing, Darrell? This is where the frustration comes in listening to his line of questioning and like watching this trial, because he's so stupid. Yet every one of us have a person in our lives who think they're the smartest person in the room, when in all actuality, they are the stupidest person in the room. Consistently, in every room they walk into, they're the dumbest person in the room, but they swear up and down that they're the smartest. That is Darrell Brooks, man. And it's frustrating to watch. Cause I'm like, you got this suit on, you're feeling yourself, you think you're lawyering. Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm Darrell Brooks, I got a suit on. Oh, I'm gonna beat this case. And now look at you. You're asking the dumbest questions possible.
About how fast would you estimate that the vehicle was traveling when it passed you?
Approximately 25 miles per hour.
About how fast would you estimate the vehicle was traveling when it was approaching you?
Approximately 25 miles per hour.
And now here we go with the questions about the speed again. Oh, that leads into the whether it was intentional or not. Were you in the driver's seat or not, Darrell? If you weren't in the driver's seat, why are you fighting somebody else's case as the defendant? Because it was you, Darrell. Because you were in the driver's seat.
Were you able to hear the vehicle honking before it approached you or when it came upon you?
I was able to hear the vehicle honking before it approached me.
Did you hear the vehicle honk after it had passed you or came in contact with you?
No, I did not.
Would it be fair to say that the video shows that you can clearly see, or let me rephrase that. Would it be fair to say that the video that was shown, you can clearly hear the vehicle honking?
No.
Can we play the video again for the witness?
You want it, which one? Which video?
Exhibit 17.
The squad video? That's the one you're requesting, the squad video?
Yeah, Exhibit 17.
All right, permission to publish and show is granted.
Pause it right there. So at the time, we see you running over to where this white, I think that's a pickup truck. Is that you?
Yes.
At that time, had you heard the vehicle honking?
I don't recall.
What prompted you to move so quickly to jog towards the area that you were jogging to?
The radio traffic that I had heard.
So at that time, did you see a vehicle approaching? Wait, I still want to play that. At that time, did you see a vehicle approaching?
From my position here, I don't know exactly when I had observed the vehicle.
Continue playing. Pause right there. Would it be fair to say that that was not just a horn that was heard honking after the vehicle was past you?
I did not hear a horn, no.
Rewind it back.
For the record, Your Honor, the first time Mr. Brooks asked for the video to be paused, it was 22 seconds. The second time, it was about 39 seconds. We're now going back to about the 30-second mark.
Objection. There isn't 39 seconds in the video. It stops at 37, so how could it be 39?
I'm sorry. You're absolutely right, sir. 29. I thought you said 39.
I can hear a horn.
Sir, you can't testify, so you can ask a question of this witness, we'll watch it again,
When?
but at
Let
some
me ask
point
you-
you can't argue with
Let me
him.
ask this question. When did you observe or hear the vehicle honking? At which part in this video?
At no point in this video did I hear the horn honking.
But you did, in fact, hear the vehicle honking.
Yes.
Do you remember what you were generally doing when you heard the vehicle honking?
Making my way to the north side of Main Street to get the vehicle to stop.
So that would be when you were sprinting over to the white pickup truck.
Correct.
That's when you heard the vehicle honking.
Sometime in between there, yes.
And you heard it multiple times.
Yes.
See, his questions are just confusing. I'm confused. The officer's confused. The jury's probably confused. Y'all are probably confused. Like, this man's just a very confusing individual.
And to the best of your knowledge, a honking horn from a vehicle would indicate trying to alert people to his presence, correct?
There are several reasons why a vehicle would honk the horn.
Would you honk your vehicle to alert people to your presence?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
It's not relevant, sustain.
You said there would be multiple reasons that a vehicle will honk its horn. Would it be fair to say that one of those reasons would be to alert?
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled, he may answer it. You may finish your question, but
Would it be fair to ask that that would be to alert the many people that we can see in this video right now to the presence of the vehicle approaching?
Yes.
Officer Butran, I see you in a uniform today. Would it be fair to ask that you would be on duty right now if not called to testify?
hold on, Mr. Brooks, before we move on to the next topic, you had asked it to be paused. I trust you don't want anything further from this video published to the jury at this time.
No, not at this time.
All All right, Madam Clerk may take it down. My apologies for the interruption.
That's okay.
Go ahead, ask your question again.
That's okay. You don't have to apologize. Just come on. I know, like, I understand what Judge Darrell was trying to do, but you also can't blame people for, like, also being a little bit irritated with how she handled things at certain points. Like, she wasn't perfect, right? Like, at the end of the day, the job got done. He got put away, but, like, you can definitely understand the frustration by some people, you know, throughout the trial with how she was handling some things. You can certainly understand it, because it's like, why are you, I don't know, it's like, why are you going about it the way that you're going about it? Like, why are you being so kind and so lenient and so helpful to this dude? Like, it's, I don't know, it was a bit too much sometimes.
Would it be fair to say that if you weren't here to testify this morning, you would be on duty?
No, I would not be.
So this would be an off day?
I'm currently on vacation, yes.
This man got called to testify on vacation. That's crazy.
Do you normally wear your uniform on vacation?
Objection, argumentative.
Grounds.
He may answer.
Only if I have something related to police activity or duty.
Do you feel that it was necessary to wear your uniform in court today?
Objection,
Grounds.
argumentative.
Sustained. Next question.
Are you a party to this matter in any way?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. It's not relevant.
Do you have a claim in this matter?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Have you read the complaint in this matter?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Not relevant. Sustained.
Do you know who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Can you testify on who called you to testify, who subpoenaed you to testify here this morning?
I believe it was the state of Wisconsin.
So the state of Wisconsin would be the plaintiff in this matter, to your knowledge?
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
This question is irrelevant.
Sustained. It's not relevant, sir. Sustained. Next
I think it
question.
holds relevant who called him to testify.
You already answered.
So you've had interactions with the state of Wisconsin?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant and vague.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Can you testify if the state of Wisconsin is a living human being or an entity?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Sustained.
Under 90611, under 90611, new line of questioning or this cross-examination is over. The first time he asks a question about the plaintiff, that's all she has to say.
So you in fact don't have a claim in this matter, correct?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
You are aware that all police departments are funded by the state of Wisconsin, are you not?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled. He may answer. I assume you mean who pays him his salary.
Correct.
He may answer.
Be the city of Waukesha.
Is the city of Waukesha in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes.
Is the city of Waukesha the plaintiff in this case?
No.
Tripped yourself up, huh, Darrell? Tripped yourself up on that question. Idiot.
How long have you known the plaintiff in this case?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
So to the best of your knowledge, you've never even had any interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Sustained. Mr. Brooks, under 90611, if you need to move on to a new topic of cross-exam, otherwise I will declare the cross-exam opportunity closed.
At any time when the vehicle passed you, did you hear the vehicle honk?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
Is it fair to say that in the video clip that we were just shown, no one was struck?
Correct.
would it also be fair to say that in the video we just saw, the vehicle did not attempt to strike anyone?
Objection. Speculation.
Grounds.
Sustained. Calls for speculation on the part of the vehicle operator.
We can clearly see in the video that no one was attempted to be struck. How is that not relevant?
The jury will disregard the last statement made by Mr. Brooks, as he may not testify at this point in time. Next question, please.
And just for the record, I don't consent to being called that name, Your Honor.
Next question, please.
Is it fair to say that by the video footage, and to the best of your knowledge, no one was struck before the vehicle approached your presence?
Objection.
Grounds.
Asked and answered.
Grounds.
Asked and answered. Sustained. Next question.
I didn't answer the question.
The witness did.
He's so dumb.
To the best of your knowledge, at that point where you observed the vehicle, to your knowledge, no one had been struck at that point?
Correct.
You can tell when he's getting into his delay tactics, because he will literally ask the same question in different ways over and over again.
And for the record, you have no filed claim in this matter whatsoever.
Objection. Irrelevant.
Sustained.
Were you injured in any way during this matter?
Asked and answered.
No.
No further questions.
May redirect.
Just very briefly, please, Madam Clerk, put back up number 17. And as it's being displayed right now, we are paused at the 33-second mark. Officer Butran, can you clearly see north on Buckley Street from this vantage point, sir?
Yes, I can.
You see one plastic barricade obstructing travel to go northbound on Buckley Street at that location, sir?
Objection. You can clearly see officers there too.
Jury will disregard at least the attempt to testify by Mr. Brooks. Your objection is noted, it's overruled. He may answer the question.
Yes, there's at least one barricade visible there.
Okay. And I am going to ask the exhibit be replayed in its entirety with no one talking, so we can all listen to hear if the horn is honking. So, Ms. Gussie, please play it again from the beginning.
Permission granted.
Thank you. Exhibit 17 has been played in full. Officer Butran, at any point were you able to hear the horn honking in that video, sir?
No, I was not.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
All right, thank you. You may step down.
Bro, he was beaming through there, man. Like, that was insane. Like, what was he even... Like, I don't understand. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's another witness down. I believe the next witness will be Officer Schneider, and we'll get to hers very soon. But, you know, it's just the latest in the Darrell Brooks trials. We continue to go along. Don't forget, guys, peace, love, and positivity. Spread it everywhere you go. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next video. And, you know, make sure you guys enjoy your new year, all right? 2024. It's our year. Let's do this, all right? Peace.